Join me back on the show is one championship atomweight contender. I could call you a contender now because you've had a fight.
Yeah.
You dominated. What's going on, B?
What's up? What's up? How you
Not
doing?
much.
It's good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you. Manila, your promotional debut. You had your first camp outside of North America. You've been
hmm
through so much in the past year. Did you have any anxiety when you were heading into this fight, or was it business as usual for you?
I think it was, it was a really good place I was in. I don't know, I think we talked about it a little bit last time, but after, my dad's passing and the Survivor thing and the loss of the world title fight I had, I was contemplating retirement. And then I got the call from One FC, so One Championship. So I think that going into the Manila fight, I was just happy to be doing what I'm doing. The pressure that I used to put on myself was no longer there, so I was just comfortable enjoying the ride.
Well, you look comfortable because when you went in there, you just mollywopped that girl, and it was a quick finish. It was, I think, your first professional finish, TKO
Yeah.
finish. How satisfying
hmm
was that, to not have to go to the judges and wait for them to decide your fate?
You know what the difference was? I was such a prospect, and I had fans going out of the gate as an amateur. That when I turned pro, first I waited so long to turn pro because I was scared because all the pressure. Then when I turned pro, all I could think about when I was fighting was don't lose, don't lose, don't lose, don't lose. So I didn't take any risks and I wasn't having fun. If you look at my amateur record, I have a lot of finishes. But in my pro record, I wasn't finishing anyone because I was just so scared of losing and taking chances. And like I said, this fight, this new me, the second act I got, I'm just fearless because I'm having fun. No matter the outcome, I'm just gonna go for it. So I think the fans will like this Killer Bee this time around. I like her.
Do you think disconnecting from home, getting out of your comfort zone in North America and fighting, all the way across the world in a new environment, is that was kind of like the missing piece for you to kind of perform the way you did?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I just if I could just be honest, I get distracted very easily.
Mhm.
I love to live life and I've been through a lot, so I like to enjoy life and I realized that getting away, going to Thailand and just focusing on training, and being away from home is very tough. It's lonely out here and but it forces me to get hungry at the age that I'm at. As long as I fought, it reminds me to be hungry, and it really makes your brain switch into like earning mode. You really have to earn this win, and it's good. It's good to humble yourself and get to a place where you can get hungry again.
After a fight, you go back home stateside. I know you love to socialize. Was it, emotional getting back there, getting around family and friends again?
Yeah, it's I just they One Championship is so great. They asked me if I wanted to wait a day or two to go home, and I was like, nope, I'll take the first flight home. I was just excited to get home and celebrate with my people and just driving my car. It's funny because I went home after Manila and I got a new car, and then I got a fight, and then I left, and I'm like, I only drove my car for like a couple of weeks. I miss my car. But yeah, it's just exciting to get home and really really see my family and friends' faces.
It's kind of weird, right? After riding around on a scooter for so long and then getting in an actual car and driving around, isn't it?
This camp, I find the last camp, it's hilarious because I got a scooter just to get a scooter, and I was fronting on Instagram with my picture saying I was really good at scooter, but I really was only scooting on the soy, which if you know the soy, it's like a quarter mile. I was
Yeah.
not leaving like the big streets. I was not going anywhere for a month. This camp, well, this last week, I went to the mall by myself and I documented the whole damn thing because I was so proud of myself. And now I feel like a free bird. And I'm starting to feel like a local. I'm getting into the groove of things.
When you get off the soy on a scooter, It is kind of dangerous. I ain't gonna lie. I've
Yeah,
been down there a few
yeah,
times and I've been on the scooter. It's not easy.
yeah. It's scary, right? It's like you literally get in where you can fit in here, but it's
Yeah,
interesting. I like
literally. Well, when you were stateside, like you said, you didn't have much time out there. Did you stay active? Were you training? Who did you work with certain coaches while you were there?
Yeah, I have my coaches at home. It's just hard to, I can't yet afford to bring them out here with me to camp. It's quite expensive, training abroad. But yeah, I have my coach Navarro at home with boxing, and then I have my jujitsu coach. But what I do off season is I just stick to technique, and I don't spar hard. I try to save as many brain cells as possible until fight camp. But just staying in the groove of it, like doing jujitsu technique, boxing pad work, and working, and that's pretty much it. I don't do anything too intense when I'm out of camp.
I think this fight coming up, in KL, it is on short notice in many ways. Do you feel it's a short notice fight?
Um, yes and no. The tough thing is at home, it wouldn't be really short notice to me because 3 weeks is pretty good amount of time. I usually do a 6 week camp, 8 week camp, but the thing is traveling. Traveling is a tough thing that people don't realize live in the States. So I have to travel 22 hours to get here, get acclimated to the jet lag and everything. So that takes off a week. So definitely fighting abroad, 3 week is definitely a short notice camp. But like I said, man, uh, I'm just happy to be here. So I'm taking whatever fights one championship is giving me. I'm gunning for that title. So whoever you want to bring me, I'm just gonna do my best to take them out and get to the top.
They got you a fight, and it's against a Burmese fighter, Bozhena Antoniyar. What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on her and the type of fight she will bring?
man, I've watched her videos. This girl is a scrapper. But I'm friends with Allah, and from what he tells me about his people, they are warriors. They are tough. So I am expecting a hell of a fight from her. In my opinion, I think I'm more well rounded and I have more skills to be able to put her away, to get the finish. But she definitely has the grit, so it's not going to be an easy finish for me. Um, I think that this fight, either way, the fans are going to be in for a treat. But it's going to be fun for me. I need to stay focused and use my skills to get the finish. But if not, I don't think the fans in Asia have seen me fight in my early years. I've scrapped it out with the best of them. So if not, this will be a fun scrap.
This event's in Malaysia. Have you been there before?
I have not, but I heard it's beautiful. Have you?
No, I've never been there either.
I saw pictures though. It looks pretty dope. I mean, anywhere one championship puts on a show, it seems pretty cool. I'm really excited to go to Malaysia. It's always exciting to see new places and learn about new people.
Is there a list that you have, of all the countries that you would like to visit? Because one championship does go to a lot of Asian countries, especially in
Yeah.
Southeast Asia. You could probably mark them off the list if you do have one, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked before about it. I'm very excited about bringing one championship to my home country in Vietnam. So that's a huge list for me in September. That'll be exciting. I really want to eat uh, sushi in Japan. I I just want to go everywhere. I want to fight everywhere. That's why I'm gonna take whatever one championship brings to the table, and I'm gonna take that fight, and I'm just gonna travel all over the place. I haven't been to Europe though, so we'll see. I have my own personal dream that one championship after going to Vietnam, they will come to the States. That would be heaven for me. Is to have a huge one championship uh, show in the States. I think the States is ready for it, and I think one championship would make a world of difference in the MMA community there. That's much needed. So that'd be cool.
I'm I'm hearing they're making moves right now as we speak in the States, and I think that they do have a couple offices opening up, or they might be open already. So you might
Yeah,
get your wish sooner than later.
yeah, I'm hoping so. Exciting, exciting times. I'm just happy to be on the ride,
Yeah, yeah, get in
Just
there
ready to
when
fight. You're talking to me
exactly.
about 2 weeks out, ready to fight.
Well, you're at Tiger Muay Thai right now, or a few days ago. The trials were going on, and did you get to catch the last day? The infamous last pad session with the trainers. Did you watch that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was great. I mean, a lot of people that don't practice Muay Thai would watch it and think it's a little tough, a little brutal at times. But my first Muay Thai gym, I was getting beat up day in and day out for a while, and I took a little guilty pleasure watching some of them earn their spot. And honestly, it's inspiring. It really it's the physical representation of passion, to see their heart come out of their bodies, just to see them get dropped and get up again, and to see them get hit and come right back and get tired and never quit. That's exactly what the doctors ordered for this close to a fight camp. I mean, to a fight. I got super motivated, and we got some good talent this year.
When you envision this fight coming up, you're 2 weeks out. I'm pretty sure the juices are juicing, or whatever you want to call it, right? In your mind, in your
I'm just
mind,
glad you didn't say moist. Anything
yeah,
but moist is
yeah,
good.
yeah. In your mind, like, do you see a very similar fight to your first fight?
Yeah, I see it. Um, I see it very similar to the first fight. I see it going to the ground, and I see my ground game being superior. I think that my one of my greatest strengths is my ground and pound specifically. I think that when people think of MMA, they're like, oh, there's boxing, there's Muay Thai, there's takedowns, and there's jiu-jitsu. But people forget a very huge aspect of MMA is ground and pound, and that in itself should be a whole other class. And that's where I thrive, and that's where I love to be. So I see myself being on top again with ground and pound. But I'm not expecting an easy go. I've seen this girl fight, and I don't doubt that she's gotten better, because I've seen she's gotten better with each fight, and I'm just excited to see her push me. And what I envision is being pushed and being smart and getting the finish.
All right, the last time we talked about the type of music you're into, and
Oh
now this time I
yeah.
want to switch it up, and go to the movies. What were some of your main movies that you would watch over and over when you were a kid growing up?
Okay, so you guys, you know that I came from Vietnam. I got to the States in '95. Two things that I found in this rental home that we had, first home we ever had. One was this is how I learned English. So this will explain why I was so dramatic when I was young. I found an album. It was Tony Braxton, Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay, okay.
At like 7 years old, I'd memorized that whole album. But the movie that I found was Curly Sue. So I watched Curly Sue over and over and over again. That was like my childhood, because we only had one movie. We couldn't really afford movies when we first got to the States. And everybody makes fun of me because I've never seen like Lion King and all the classics. My go-to was Curly Sue. Do you know that movie?
I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yes, it's a movie called Curly Sue. So besides Curly Sue, I watched like the most horrible romantic comedies ever, like the cheesiest ones.
All right, well, July 12th, one Masters of
Hmm.
Destiny, KL, Malaysia. Thank you, B, for your time, and good luck on your future.
Thanks. It's always great talking to you. Thanks for taking the time.